Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again, and I am back with someone that is, you already know how I feel about him. We've done amazing things together so far, and we're just getting started. That is the fun thing about it. We're just getting started. And this journey that we're on is unprecedented. I mean, when you talk about the billboard in Vegas, when you talk about Pride and Ego's clothesline, the ads, the movie theaters. I mean, this is crazy. And it's building, it's building, it's building. When you talk about the first book, I know you guys remember that first book because we're going to go into the first book just for a little bit. But most importantly, and I'm saying most importantly because I'm a guy that lives for the moment. Like Jay-Z would say, make sense, don't it? So let's make some dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary, Neal Jr. is in the house. What's happening, my brother?
Hey man, appreciate it. That was a heck of an intro. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, how you been?
You know what? I've been good. I think that we have both being young entrepreneurs, we have been so engulfed in our work. And a lot of times when you get so engulfed in the work, there's so many different moving parts coming your way. But I think that one thing that I love about our bond is that we never let any of that waver what we set out to do together.
Yeah.
And I think today is a true testament of it as we enter part 3 here on the Mental Margarita Show. And last time I spoke to you, you had your first book that was out. We talked about Pride and Ego's clothesline. Like I said in the intro, we were all excited about the billboard that we had right across from the MGM casino.
Yeah.
That. But now you just keep the ball rolling. You got a new book that's out. Oh,
it's hardcover too.
That looks crispy, man. That looks crispy. That looks crispy.
You gotta
get a hardcover joint, man. That looks nice.
You may recognize some familiar faces.
Whoa.
Yeah, we got some familiar faces, so it's pretty good. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we got it was I can't think of it. Oh my goodness. It was Dak Shepard and Bradley Cooper. That's the picture with me and them in Afghanistan. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Nice guys.
Yeah, very nice. And nice book. And I'm sure that you got a nice explanation to the audience what this wonderful book, The Laws of Duality, is all about. But before we start that, what made you write this book?
Actually, this is the 3rd book. So it's the craziest thing is It's the third book. The first book started with kind of a bad breakup, and I was just pouring everything out, and making life make sense. And what I realized is that everyone's interconnected. So I'm not just going through this. A lot of people are going through things like this, and me pouring my heart out in the wisdom that I've gotten over the years is going to probably help somebody else through their problems. And then it just expounded further and further. So this third book, it goes from, it's crazy. It goes from science, math, kind of, and it touches that, but it blends it with religion and astrological signs and stuff, and in terms of how people become who they are in their physical and mental makeups. So it's pretty good. My dad's reading it again now. The second book that you got is that was actually in Harvard University bookstore selling it. So you can't get mad at that.
Can't get mad at that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I
Yeah.
am not upset one bit of that.
Yeah. But
And so
definitely,
now moving on to this third installment.
yeah.
Where did the motivation come for this one?
Well, I try to seek completion. So two is like it feels like there's something left out. And with the third one, I want to really bring that home because the first one we talk about pi, so it goes into solving the circumference of a circle. So your whole life is a cycle, which is a circle. But then the second one, I want to add volume to it. So instead of just a circle, it's more of a sphere, so you got more depth and volume in the information. The third one, it goes even deeper. Like I cover stuff like Robert Downey Jr. In terms of, yeah, so it covers people with their astrological signs. So it gets to show you their makeup. And so like a lot of times people are like, well, you're a Taurus, you're stubborn, you're this, you're that. So now what I do is I pair it up with a person from popular culture, and I tell some of the stuff that they've gone through. That way you can kind of see yourself and identify yourself within that person. So like you're a Scorpio, right?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Oh man. Oh yeah. 'Cause you're- Oh, okay. Well, all right. I forgot. Oh, Sagittarius was Jay-Z. We talked about in that one, I believe. So basically, I cover the battle between him and Nas, and like, so what I end up doing is I don't really like if it's an attribute that they have, and a lot of people describe that sign as having. I don't say it's positive or negative. It's just because you can have something that's considered a negative attribute, but depending on how you use it, it can be positive. So you could be stubborn, but if you're stubborn in the right ways, you can go further. You can use it as positivity. You could be selfish, like I talked about Kobe Bryant, same thing. Like Kobe was regarded as selfish, but because of his personal selfishness with players on the team and stuff like that, what ends up happening is he actually makes the team better because now people have to meet his standards. And now they're going to work harder. They're going to do certain things. Once they do these things, he's able to trust them more because he can identify himself and parts of himself in them. And then what ends up happening is, things get better because now, it's not him trying to do everything himself. Now he's going to utilize other people. And that's the basis. That's the basis of some of the book. But the book goes into like deep things like chaos theory.
Leos are described as charismatic, natural-born leaders, generous, prideful, attention-seeking, and arrogant. Being a Leo, I don't think of myself as arrogant, but that's how I view myself and not how others view me. Sometimes I don't mind attention, but most of the time I don't seek it. Many Leos naturally command attention without seeking it. When you look at the famous list of Leo personalities, odds are you'll be able to identify some of the earlier mentioned traits within these people. Some of the people you may recognize on this list are President Barack Obama, Madonna, Viola Davis, Nipsey Hussle, and Whitney Houston. Can you imagine any of these people having to beg for any attention?
Let's talk about that.
Chaos theory is crazy. It's basically a science of unpredictability, and what happens is like something starts off stable, and as it starts off one way, it moves into something totally different. So that's where you get the butterfly effect and things of that nature. So you can skip a rock across a body of water,
Right.
and that turns into something totally different at the back end of it.
This book is dedicated to those people who feel lost or directionless. There was a period of time where I felt stuck after losing everything. The daily struggle of getting up every day and going through life was painful. Surviving homelessness, divorce, losing 90% of my income proves that nothing is impossible. This book is dedicated to those who feel like they're losing hope. Never forget who you are, and most importantly, never doubt or forget who you were meant to be.
It seems so relatable, but it's also interesting enough for you to be able to identify some of those traits that one possesses, you know. And we all have controlling dramas as well, you know. Do you get into that even more?
Well, what ends up happening is like of all the situations and stories and stuff like that we talk about, I mimic it in with basically my own story. You see what I'm saying? So it humanizes everybody in a way, because like I could talk about something in a celebrity, but you may not understand it. But once I intertwine my actual life circumstances, the stories, and everything that I've in all the books are all true stories. Like you'll have a situation where I think it's the first book I had to do time of death on a body. So it's like it shocks. Yeah, because what ends up happening is like how many people will have that type of situation? See what I'm saying? The doctors came and got me, and then I'm like, "What do you need me for?" And they were like, "We need you to call time of death on a body," and I'm like, "That would be your job, sir."
Right.
But things happen, you know. But it's an interesting experience. I'm probably one of the only civilians in a war zone that had to call time of death on a body. I still remember the time, 3:30.
Wow. I remember you telling me that too. Man, that's something else.
Yeah. So that's how we blend all the different things, you know. I basically the best way to make your life easier is to simplify things. A lot of times people put more stuff into it, you know, but it's like a gumbo. The more you put into it, the more different it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So
So true.
if
And
you can,
you know what? As you get, and not well, I'm not gonna say as you get up, but as you emotionally, mentally, and most importantly, spiritually mature,
yeah,
you'll realize that the more you become minimal with things, right? The
yeah,
beauty, the beauty in life all of a sudden.
yeah, it's crazy. I look at a lot of the people now, you know, and it's crazy. You'll see a guy, he's out there, he's doing all this extra stuff, and it's like you're complaining about the very chaos you're causing. So you're trying to juggle 15 women, but you mad
Yeah.
the the the,
And you
the
got all these things going on.
Yeah, you mad. You like, man, this person, they acting this way, and this person, that's what you wanted.
That's what you got.
Yeah, you can't go to a Mercedes dealership and all of a sudden get mad that, you can't get an airplane. Like, that's not what they
Right.
say.
That's not what they selling.
So it's crazy, but people, they don't want to believe in what's in front of them,
True.
and
And you know what? And all the answers are in front of us.
yeah, 100%. You got to be honest with yourself.
This latest project was the culmination of the last 2 previous books in a lifetime of learning experience. In order to humanize the mathematical standard pi, a person must first understand the essence of what pi is. On the surface, pi is a mathematical tool we use to figure out the circumference of a circle. At its most basic level, pi, because it does not end nor does the numbers repeat, is a question used to solve other questions. The only thing that's equivalent to pi is people. This book series has been my attempt at explaining my theory. The goal has been to provide people a tool to decode life by utilizing a scientific approach.
So once you understand, okay, you can have two people grow up in the same household, raised by the same parents. They're gonna come out different. The reason why they're gonna come out different is because they react to different things different ways. See,
Right. Right.
like, it doesn't matter at that point. You gotta tailor make those situations for that specific person to get what you want out of them. Some people react to being put on punishment. Some people react to physical beating, physical pain, mental pain. Like, you got to figure out what buttons it is that you got to push to get the best answer to that person.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely got to figure that out. I know there's a vision. I know that you have some things that are planned under the current. We have to resume a book promotional tour. We got
Yeah.
some things that need to happen in the next couple of months that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your vision as far as marketing the book outside of that?
Oh, like I said, I'm gonna get back to doing we used to do kind of like a mobile book club. So, like, we'll pop up, and not only just my book, but
I
people
like
can
that.
share.
That's hot.
Yeah. So then on top of that, we've had like different stuff on TV, different other things. Like I said, this event, it like Twin Peaks restaurant is like, yo, we want to host it. So
Wow.
yeah, so he was like, man, so they've been excited. The waitresses have been taking pictures with the books, and then we do the videos, and I edit the videos, and they were like, yeah, I seen this on something. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that's what's up. So with that being said, that's some of the other stuff that we've been doing, different
Right.
places, pop-ups with certain stuff. So that's where we're going with it right now. January, I gotta go to the Bahamas. They got a fashion show, and they wanted me to have some stuff in this fashion show. It's a Christian cruise, like they want a Christian event on a cruise.
Nice.
So they were like, hey, we wanna have some of these items in there. So I might throw the book out there, so now that way you get different places international. My first time putting clothes on bodies and people walking there. the runway is going to be not even in this country, so can't get mad at that.
You can't get mad at that. So you're going to be hitting the runway. The books is going to be affiliated and associated with a fashion show that involves a runway, and your
Yeah.
clothes are going to be on the runway.
Yeah, can't get mad at that. We've been getting
I think that's my new song. You keep saying that. I'm telling you, I think this is the new record. Can't get mad at that.
Can't. That's what I'm saying.
Let's do it. This is gonna be big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, trying to get everything together. We've just been moving. I got the new flight jackets. They crazy, like crazy. Like nobody even. I've showed it to a couple people to see what they was thinking, and they lost their mind. Like, yeah, the new merch is crazy. It's very, yeah, we're gonna have to step it up price wise.
You know what I love about you, and
What's
and
that?
I love the fact that everything that you do is so well thought out.
I thank you. That means a lot coming from you. So, and we try, like it's crazy because I have no choice but to do it that way because I'm everything and everyone in my group. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I can do is like talk to myself, think about this, and be like, and I'll bounce it off of people and stuff like that. But I have to be so precise with everything I do because it's so many different hats you gotta wear and you gotta be efficient. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, okay, I'm writing a book. Like I told my brother one time, he's like, man, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm like, yeah, you write the book. I do things in such a time efficient manner that it looks like I'm doing everything at the same time.
Right.
But the way I release it, the way I do certain things, there's a method to the madness. So
There is a method. Yeah.
mhm.
And I've seen it. I've listened, guys, those that are watching, I've seen it. I've seen the method of the madness, but it's smooth. You know when certain people are filled with greatness and they have that kind of special quality about them, they make things look easy.
The Pride and Egos line of athletic wear is a brand that tells a story about people representing individuality, diversity, equality. Everybody's got our own story. What's your story?
All right, brother, let's shake the world.
All right. See you soon.
See you soon.
Discover Pahrumph's best kept secret at Secret Sisters Clothing Consignment Boutique, where we sell clothing, shoes, purses, jewelry, accessories, and more. Secret Sisters is located at 1240 State Street in Pahrump, Nevada. For more information, call 775-727-4488. That's 775-727-4488.
you're starstruck, here's a sprinkle of the stardust. Hold your champagne glass and your cigars up. See the guys with mob ties drive the cars up. Bright lights, most nights they buy the bars up. Candy coated Chevy cars on the highway. It's Frankie baby, it's on and this is my way. Dean Martin at the Sands this Friday. With Sammy Davis, here's a little hint where I stay. The city shines like Liberace's mansion, and you know Elvis had the whole city dancing. Showgirl silhouette steady prancing. Shout out to June, just the Copa Girls anthem. Legal gambling, yeah, that would tempt me. It's Sin City, holy water couldn't cleanse me. And Wayne Newton had the crowd in a frenzy. Live at the Stardust, the seats never empty.